Hi there, this is Toby Green and you're listening to The Green Room with Tom Green and Jacob Gaynor. Stay tuned.
Oh, coffee's for a week for that, mate.
Tom, episode 12. It's been a rough couple of weeks, but not for In the Green Room. We're thriving. We're having fun.
Yeah, we are. I feel like a podcaster first now and a footballer second, which is certainly not the way to go about it.
Your performances are indicating that.
That's pretty stiff.
It is, but it just sets the tone nice and early. And what I want to talk about is obviously the elephant in the room, the big talking point.
That being?
And that being Arsenal. So I've been inundated with messages. I appreciate everyone's support. I did have a few comments that now I don't have to get the tattoo, and they're pretty relieved for me. I'll be completely transparent. I shed a tear Saturday night.
So you stayed up and you watched it?
Stayed up, watched it, had the City game at the same time.
What did you think about Phil Foden banging that one in from outside the box in the second minute?
I wasn't even comfortable in my seat before Phil Foden had scored. I actually think it was a good thing because there was no hope. Yeah. There was no hope.
Yeah, well,
and then Everton scored early. It was just not a nice night. I didn't have a great time.
Oh well, that's just the way.
That's
what you used to with Arsenal, isn't it? Bottling it late.
Oh, if we talk about bottling leads, how do you reflect on the Bulldogs game, Tom?
Yeah, not great. Like we're not really ticking along in the best of form at the minute, but we've just got to get to work. Like it's obviously very cliched answers, but I think that's sort of cliches are that way because they're true and applicable to a lot of situations. So yeah, we just haven't been playing that well. There's a few things which we've looked at already this week where we sort of compared when we're up and going that we're not doing at the minute in the last few weeks, the last sort of month of football. So we're looking to rectify that and sort of turn it around a little bit. We love playing down at Geelong, as we know. We've got a pretty good record there recently, and it's a really good opportunity against another really good side. So we're looking forward to it, and hopefully we can sort of steady the ship a little bit, get into the bye, and then attack the back half of the year.
Now, before we get into the rest of the show, because I don't want to talk too much football, it's quite a depressing topic at the minute.
It doesn't have to be. There's still, this is the other thing I think people forget. We're 6-4. Like this time last year, we were 3-6 or something. I know at one point we were 4-8. So it's certainly not all doom and gloom. We're not playing as well as we'd like to, but I don't think by any chance it's doom and gloom.
No, and that's not what I said.
You said it was depressing.
Yeah, well, you know what?
We cannot your
positivity is refreshing, and I appreciate it.
I'm always positive.
Now, before we get into what is a stacked show, there's a few things I'd like to address. The first being we apologise. I know last week we promised that Jack Buckley would be here to reveal our first five, our starting five basketball side for the Giants.
He's too important for us.
Not only that, he's actually injured. Jack will be an excuse this week, which is very fair. He will be here. I'm not going to promise next week because it might not happen, but he'll be here.
He'll be here. We'll be doing the starting five and probably a second five too. To really, I don't know I'll say ruffle some feathers, but the reality is, I think we're pretty accurate judges. So if you're not in there, you're just not good enough.
I like it. I like the honesty. But in replace of Jack Buckley, we will be joined on the podcast today at some stage. He's not here yet. By Cameron.
Normally they're sitting just behind us there, but
we can grill him.
Yeah, he didn't want to pop in.
No, which is
busy
fair.
Man.
Which is Cameron Bernasconi, of course, the head coach of our AFLW side, former head of our academy as well, academy coach. So he's going to come on, and what we're going to do, Tom, is we're going to name our academy team of the decade.
Perfect.
There's quite a few names here, and there will be people that miss out, which is exciting.
Yeah, that will be very good.
We like to ruffle feathers here.
We certainly do.
So we'll get to that. But one other thing I want to talk to you about, Tom, is what are you doing next Tuesday, which is primarily our recording time? What are you doing next Tuesday afternoon?
I'm not too sure. Am I doing something?
Is it true that you have decided to forego recording our lovely podcast to record another podcast? Is that true, Tom?
I think there's potential that will be true. Yeah, I'm still waiting for confirmation, but a pretty large business opportunity has popped up, and it's something that I'd love to be able to do. And it's an opportunity I just feel like I have to take if it really does present itself. So yeah, I am giving you the flick for a bigger fish. Yeah, if that's what you're trying to get.
Do you want to reveal the fish?
Well, I don't know if I want to in case it falls through. So
I hope it falls through, because what the most important thing to me, Tom, on this podcast is communication. And I've had to find out this I've had to find out this information from the source himself. So I won't reveal it either. But I did receive a call.
Yeah, I didn't get a call, but obviously I was in close contact with this person, sort of talked over a few things, and as I said, discussed a potential business opportunity. So it's...
Can I ask when you plan on telling me this? Is it more like a Tuesday morning, hey, mate, I can't record today.
Yeah.
Come in on your day off tomorrow? Is that the vibe we were going
sort
for?
of one of those things where I just probably wouldn't have told you, and if I could get away with it, I would.
And if that doesn't show you the kind of person Tom Green is,
I
don't know
think
what
that's very
can.
fair. I just think that we're not... I just...
Yeah, say it.
I just think we're not that serious, and I can just do whatever I want.
There you go.
Actually, I don't know if I want this in the actual podcast.
No, guess who's not taking it out?
No, I think
Me.
I'm going to swear. I'm going to say something really bad.
Well, what you've just said,
Can
you can't get worse than what you've just said.
I could, but...
You couldn't, because what you just said really hurts. There you go, in the green room, fans. Tom Green does not care about you, me, or anything else.
No. I love our fans. I love our fans.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, like I said, it's just a big business opportunity I think I have to take.
Yeah,
I've just got to work on myself.
You can backtrack all you want. We're all
I've
off,
just
yeah.
got to work
We're
on
all off,
myself.
yeah.
I'm not sure that I can commit to next Tuesday. And, I just didn't know
Hashtag-
it was that serious, that it's something I felt you had to know.
Hashtag cancel Tom Green will be trending after this, and you best believe the Giants will be the driving force. All right, so let's get to a few of our agenda items. The first being Tom's trending topic. You ready?
I'm always ready.
Here we go. What do you got?
Well, this is something that it's sort of been in my mind for a little while, and I was tipped over the edge last night. So I went out after dinner. I went to the sauna at Virgin Active in Zetland. Shout out to Virgin Active and their team at Zetland. Fantastic facility. Love using it. Love going for a swim there on my day off and using the spa and the sauna. But anyway, I was on the way home from that last night, and I get back to my apartment, or I tried to get into my apartment. I'm sort of driving around for 15 minutes looking for a park, and now I understand that where I live in Tamarama, which I'm very lucky and very blessed to live in such a nice area, but I'm familiar that around there's not heaps of parking space, there's not heaps of garages and spare parks. So I understand that street parking is at an absolute premium, and you're not always guaranteed a park. So it absolutely does my head in when I drive home at about 9:30 last night, and I'm looking for a park, and there is people who are... A park will start, and someone's driven just a meter and a half, 2 meters past, right? So they're leaving half a parking space there, and they've just parked in haphazardly. Then the person in front of them has also parked another 2 meters in front of that left space. So now there's a whole park for someone else that's gone by incapable buffoons and their lack of spatial awareness or self-awareness and care. And it just does my absolute head in, because we have to understand street parking is at an absolute premium, and there's just not enough spaces around there. So the least you can do is, even a ticket inspector, a parking inspector is not going to ping you if you're half a meter outside the parking space, to even just create a bit more space. And you know what else does my head in?
What else?
Motorbikes.
Oh, I could agree with this one.
So motorbikes or little Vespers, and they'll just pop in these little spaces which are car spots, and they'll help clog up this space. So again, you end up losing parks because they can't park. Just park on the sidewalk or something, or just they park in a way that takes up space, and it again removes car spots, and I end up having to go for a bloody 5-minute walk or something.
You poor thing, you athlete.
Okay. You understand what I'm saying?
No,
it's just completely inconvenient.
Because from that point, there's nothing worse than going to the shopping centre and you think there's a spare park, you indicate, you go to pull in, and there's a tiny little Vespa, a tiny little motorbike covering, seriously, just park next to the crossing or something. There's so much room.
Yeah, you can go anywhere. Don't take a whole car spot. It absolutely does my head in. People who are terrible parkers do my head in.
Finn Callahan.
Yeah, I saw that. He is pretty bad.
He's a bad parker.
He's a bad driver.
I actually could have got him a couple more times.
Yeah, it's bad. But I just...
I don't think you're a great parker, though.
You don't even know what you're talking about. I'm unbelievable.
I've seen your car. There's a couple of scratches. So either you're not a good parker or you're not a good driver.
No. People are hitting me. One of those...
That's okay.
I swear to God, hand on my heart, this massive dent in the back of my car is from my old house where I used to park. There was a little laneway out the back.
Yeah.
And Ricker was parked in front of me. I'm not sure that he'd parked far enough forward. But anyway, so I've tried to squeeze in this spot behind him. My car, I don't even think it was hanging out, but someone's come past sideswiped me overnight. So I wake up the next morning, there's a massive dent in the back of my car. No, nothing. They've just banged it and gone.
That's
It's
a
poor.
horrible human.
Yeah. If
If you don't leave a note,
Yeah, you're a terrible person.
You're a terrible
and
person.
I hope you get horrific karma. But anyway, like bad parkers, like it's just so inconsiderate. And it's just, also if you can't, here's my thing, right? So it's either inconsiderate or you're incapable. And if you're incapable, hand your license in. You shouldn't be driving if you can't park your bloody car properly. It absolutely does my head in. And I don't know how people go through life living like that. Comfortable with themselves, to be honest. I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
it's rare. And
If you're a bad parker out
agree
there,
with you.
sort it out. Sort it out ASAP. Because it's seriously pathetic.
Finn Callahan,
Yeah, but
you.
yeah, Finn Callahan definitely, and he's a bad driver, so he needs to sort a few things out. But
there's a couple of things. With
yeah,
Finn.
there's plenty of bad parkers out there. Sort it out. Go take your test again. Hand your license until you can park properly because it's doing my head in. It's absolutely doing my head in.
That was good, actually. That was a good rant.
I needed to
like
get
you
some
needed
stuff
it.
off my
It felt like you
chest.
really needed
Seriously
it.
did.
But whilst we're still in this segment of trending topic,
Mm.
last week, Tom, our trending topic
Your trending topic.
was well, thank you, because it was our most engaged trending topic of all time.
Only
So
'cause
should
of
I
me.
take over it?
No, you shouldn't. It was because of me and because of the way you clip the videos. You clip these videos to make it look like I'm absolutely slandering people from pillar to post instead of me paying my dues to, as I said, a great at the game and a great coach.
Okay. First of all, this great coach was wrong,
It's true.
and what we clipped worked. You've got to understand that social media, Tom, it's not just it's an art form.
I know what it is.
And what we're
I'm
doing.
handy on the socials.
You're
I'm very
average.
No. You don't even
Your
believe
Insta
that.
post last week was actually all right.
My
Didn't
Insta
mind it.
posts are always good. No, they
Let's
are.
not get ahead of ourselves. It was good. Like, it's a start.
They're all good.
Let's build the profile. But
They're all
it's a
quality, but
start.
also the stuff I'm putting out of my stories, quality, my comments.
Speaking of Insta
all
stories,
quality.
let's talk about that you didn't put up on your story.
Neither did
What
you.
we spoke about. I said you. I never said me.
Yes, you did say you. You said you had to do it as well. You said, "Oh, we'll do this."
Well,
okay,
I even
will we do
text you.
this?
I even text you and got nothing back.
No, you didn't.
I text you and you didn't reply.
Yeah, because what am
And
I meant to put up?
do you know what? I'll double down here. I'm not going to reveal who I was with, but I was with someone that you were texting at that time and hadn't replied to me. All right, so don't come on here and go, "Oh, I'm a great guy." No, you're not. You know what? You're with Finn Callahan and those Parkers. You're a horrible human, and I'm sick of you. And then you've replaced me next week. And you know what? This could be the last ever episode of In the Green Room. I don't even care.
A horrible human, you reckon?
Yeah,
That's pretty stiff.
It is, but I'll use it. And FYI, while we're on the topic of not liking you, that's why the poem's pretty mean this week. And you've given me a 5 last week, and I'm getting at least a 9 today.
We'll wait and see.
We'll wait and see. Now, something I really, for once, I'm looking forward to. ASMR.
I'm excited too. Let's get into it.
Now, before we get into it, Tom, a couple of thank yous.
We have got a few thank yous.
So I'll start with Aaron, one of our beloved members here at the Giants. I don't know how quickly he and his family listen to the podcast, but I dead set think within an hour or two of us releasing the latest episode, we had cable ties on my desk.
Yeah, that's a really impressive. Shout out to Aaron. Thank you very much. I'll also give a massive shout out to a couple of our supporters that came to the game on the weekend. Obviously, we didn't do our part on the field and serve up a good game or a good spectacle, but they certainly did their part, and a couple of lovely young ladies provided some zip ties as well. So we've been inundated with zip ties this week, which I think shows, if nothing more, that In the Green Room really is flying.
That's
And
not what you said at the start of the podcast, but okay.
I did say that. When have I've never
At
said
the
anything
start,
to the
you-
contrary.
You did. You
No,
said,
I never have.
You said you had a bigger and better opportunity.
Yeah, we're growing.
You're really
This is already an
contradicting yourself.
established big one. Anyway,
Okay, that's
don't try and get all upset. We've so thank you to those two lovely ladies providing some zip ties as well. And this is also a big shout out to Amy, one of our analysts over in the footy side, because she suggested this first, and that's why I've been wanting to try some zip ties for ASMR here. So that's going to be our go for this week. I'm going to feed it through, pull it through, and I think we'll see how that sounds.
You turn your mic up.
Yep.
Right, go.
It's already all
It's
the way
already-
up.
yeah, thanks, mate.
All right, so this is ASMR for this week, backed by popular demand, as you can also attest to. Everyone loves it. So.
I'd say it's not
No, it is. You
It's
get a lot.
still a 50-50 split.
No way.
No, at the function after the game, back at the club, a lot of people said it's a waste of time.
No.
And they said that you haven't had a good one since the can. So
A lot more so they loved it.
Okay.
Anyway, here, we'll give it a go. We'll see how this sounds. Hopefully the mic picks this up well enough. So this is ASMR for episode 12.
He's just hit the microphone.
Yeah, sorry. We'll go
For
from
the
here.
benefit of those listening.
Yeah. That was elite.
Pretty good. That was pretty good.
Right,
You've got one more.
We've got another, which I'll do again. I think Amy's picked a real winner here.
That was really slow too.
I know. Let it go. Should I accelerate for at the start and then go slower?
Yeah. Maybe just mix it up this one.
Here we go again.
Wow.
I like that a lot. I think Amy's picked a real winner there.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the feedback. Because
thing
I
is-
actually think that was good, but I also thought the camera was good and heard it wasn't. So
Well, we should almost get some more. Like that was.
there's about 100 on my desk.
Do you want to run out quickly and get some more?
No.
Well, I'm just saying they sounded pretty good. I could almost do those every week. Anyway, shout out to Amy, or shout out to Aaron, shout out to those two girls at the game. Thank you very much for the zip ties. I don't know what else I'm going to do with the rest of them, but
We'll find something.
yeah, we'll find some use for them, no doubt. And that's ASMR for the week.
All right, now we're going to get
Another winner.
Yeah, well, it's up for debate, and that's what the best thing about the podcast is. Now we're going to get to some questions, a very popular part of the segment.
Can I pick some questions this week?
You can.
Thanks.
I'll let you go through it, but I've also written some down,
Yeah,
so
okay.
we'll split it.
You can. How about you ask me the written down ones first, and then I'll
Go through the rest. Okay. Look at us working together. Eh?
for once.
All right, here we go. Questions. Now, it's not a shock to know that there's probably more questions for me than you. But there are...
I can't wait till we get someone in here to really ego check you.
Who? I don't have an ego.
Oh.
I'm just this down-to-earth kid from Canberra, mate. You started your own fan club. Don't come at me about
I didn't
egos.
do that.
Okay. So, there's actually... We'll start with one of the bigger questions. I don't know if we'll be able to rank them at the top of our heads.
Yep.
But from Cody, can we get a ranking of the top 5 Giants jumpers?
Ooh, well, Never Surrender's number 1, pretty comfortably for myself.
Yeah. Or actually, I'm gonna put that 2.
Yeah, okay. Well, I think that's I'm
gonna put the Team GWS one first.
so I'm gonna go that number 2. I'm gonna go Never Surrender number 1, Team GWS the blue one, which I really hope we could bring back for a retro round. I really think that'd be unbelievable. I'm gonna go that number 2.
It'll happen.
It will happen.
Yeah.
I hope so.
I'm pushing for it.
I think maybe this is recency bias, but I really love the number, this year's Indigenous jersey that we wore obviously last week. I think we're wearing again this week. Yeah, because it's got the
So
charcoal
cool.
backing.
Yeah, we are wearing.
So I really like that. I think that's going to be number 3. Number 4 for me is going to be the white away jersey we used to have. I really like that.
Is that the one we wore in the grand final?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. And also, but I'm going to make a small adjustment to that. I like the one we used to wear in Canberra. You know how it had the little plus there because of the
Yeah.
Telstra Tower?
That was in my list.
Yeah, so the white, I'm going to say the white. Oh, no, but we don't wear the white one there.
Anymore.
Canberra. No, but also we didn't wear
With
it
the
in
white
Canberra
with the
anyway.
T? Is that what you're talking about? The
Yeah,
old
but I
Canberra
don't think we
one?
wore the white with the T because we're playing in a home jersey in Canberra. So I don't think it'd be. But anyway, the white GWS jersey. And then I'm also going to say, I'd have to go back and look through at the start because there might have been some funny ones.
There's been some
Stinkers.
not great ones.
Anzac
Anzac one?
Yeah. Well, that's the jersey I designed. So yeah, I'll say the Anzac one this year. This year's
You
Anzac
probably
jersey.
have to.
Yeah, this year's Anzac jersey number 5. Yeah.
So start from 5, go.
So 5 is
Anzac?
this year's Anzac. 4 is the old white away GWS one. 3 is this year's Indigenous. 2 is Team GWS. 1 is the Never Surrender.
That's a good list.
It's really good. Can't believe I've got my own jersey on that. It's pretty impressive.
Do you know what we'll do is we'll clip this and post it, and I want to see what you think are our top 5 best kits. And you know what? Throw in a 6th one. What's our worst kit?
Yeah, I
I
like
like
that.
that question.
Yeah, and send in photos if you haven't, because I'd love to see you post some of our worst kits.
Yep, done.
I've already got one for you. A current away,
Don't like it?
all orange.
I don't know if you can say that.
Come on.
Now available at the Giants shop.
Don't buy it.
Okay. All right. Second question is from Liam Ryan. How hard is it for Jacob to find ways to make content after a loss?
Not very, because he's a keyboard warrior.
That is not true. It's a great question. It actually is pretty difficult, but it also is dependent on where the club's at, I think. So, for example, 2022, when Leon had left, we were losing, and it was
It's a tough period.
pretty apparent that some names were leaving in some former players. They don't deserve a shout out. But that was tough. That was tough trying to spin some positivity, and obviously we didn't know Kingers was coming in. And then last year was obviously incredibly fun and easy, and success brings good content. And then this year we started with a bang. The last 3 weeks have been tough, and what I'm trying to navigate right now is when is the right opportunity to. You don't want to make too light of a serious situation, because obviously a lot of our fans and members are so invested in the club that when you're losing 3 in a row, it's not great for anyone. So I don't want to make light of that situation, but I also want to break down that barrier of you've got to be able to laugh at yourself. Otherwise, when you're winning and you're taking the mickey out of other people and other clubs, then you're just contradicting yourself, right? So I'd say it's difficult, and at the moment I'm struggling with the balance.
I think you're traversing it pretty well at the minute.
Well, like, how would you feel, Tom, as a player? Say we go to Geelong and lose. I've got an idea in my head. I'll tell you off camera, off mic, of what we could do if we lose. I've got more options if we win, but I've got one option if we lose. But if we lose, we obviously go into the bye losing the last month. No? Yes?
Well, no, you're gonna have to. I'm probably gonna have to reserve my judgment for what you actually tell me.
Well, I probably could tell it on here. Do you reckon? Or is that just...
Well, it's just going to ruin it for your own pot, like, as in it's going to sort of take away from the post itself.
Yeah, okay. I'm not going to say. I'll tell you off the camera.
We'll wait and see.
But no, it is a great question. And
Get comfortable. I'm getting, by the way. Sort of pick the mic up, just chilling.
Yeah,
here.
I'm sure people would love to hear the rattling of a microphone.
Not rattling around.
Great question. Tom, do you want to marry me from Mia?
Mia who?
I only have Mia's first name.
I don't know. I'll be honest.
You're pretty desperate, mate. You're pretty old.
How old are you again?
Hey, that's not important.
I don't. There's no Mias that sort of jump out at the minute that I can think that I'd like to marry. But I might be missing someone. But not that I can think of at the minute.
Nice. From Craig. Craig from Canberra, or Queanbeyan. He'll get mad that I said Canberra. Training tips for an under 12s, I guess, product.
Yeah, well, I think I've said this before, at least on this podcast, but I've said it in some other platforms as well. Just, I don't think you can do enough skill work. So just keep working on your skills, because, which I think we're having a few issues with at the minute as well. Just how clean we are picking the ball up, and just simple execution of, a kicking and handballing, that sort of stuff. It's just so important to the modern game and how the ball moves that, you haven't got time to make up for it if your skills aren't at the level. So particularly as an under 12, I wouldn't worry too much about how fast you can run your 2K or how much you can bench. I think I'd worry more about the kicking, handball and marking, picking the ball up cleanly, that sort of stuff.
Nice. How is Jacob handling the abuse from opposition supporters?
Water off the duck's back.
I actually really like it. I think it's highly engaging.
You know what? I know it wears thin. Deep down, there's some times where your head hits the pillow and goes, have I gone too far?
No.
Is it too much?
No, I wouldn't say
Can I handle this forever?
Yes. Do you read your messages?
Sometimes. I find them very funny, though.
I'm the same. I think they're highly entertaining. And do you reply?
No.
I reply.
Yeah, that's dumb.
No.
I can't
We're different.
reply.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you know what? To be fair, I don't read my messages that often. I read them every now and then, but most of the time they're all pretty nice. A lot of it's fantasy related. Some are telling me that
you're not good.
To put it lightly.
Similar. Well, I think we get some similar ones. I'm probably one of those people in your requests.
You might be. I don't reply to you.
Right, well, evident. But yeah, no, I don't mind it. Obviously, there's a line where you can go too far, and people. I'm an easy target. Let's be honest. I'm 5 foot, and my last name has
really annoying.
Yeah, okay. This isn't an opportunity for you to go
like that sort of stuff. Like, there's a lot we could really get into you about. Should we delve into that, mate?
No, that's a different podcast. That's called Head Noise. Great question though, Geordie. I do handle it pretty well. I think it's pretty funny. It's engaging. And I welcome it. And to be fair, the last week and a half...
You welcome it. All right, so in the green room, listeners, anyone else, feel free to feed him and we'll see if we can break him down.
Challenge accepted. But no, the last week and a half after the Paul Roos segment, I will say, inundated with support. So a massive thank you to all our listeners, even the Giants fans around the weekend, telling us that we're doing a great job in the media team. We do really, really appreciate it. Tom, Letitia says, are there more Wills or Dawes in the world?
Oh, this question.
Wills. It's easy.
Yeah, but I think it depends on what, like, it does go down to, at the end, what do you sort of define as a wheel? I'm going to say wheels, but I'd have no one. I'd never really bought.
What do you mean, what do you define as a wheel?
Well, like, for instance, on conveyor belts, the things that get conveyor belts going, are they wheels?
Yes.
Yeah, well, then there's probably wheels. But I don't care much for this argument like some people do.
Okay. Sorry, Letitia.
Keep sending the questions.
Yeah. James wants to know, Tom, how do you prepare for an interstate game?
It's pretty similar to the way I prepare for a home game. Just we have our captains run here, then we fly out, and then like once we get there, the only sort of main difference is you're sleeping in a different bed the night before the game, but I bring my own pillow from home so that I'm not taking the risk with a hotel pillow, and I enjoy. It's all pretty similar, to be honest.
All right, now your opportunity to go through some questions. I've just given you the list.
Love this.
I reckon I'm going to give you 2.
Only 2?
Yeah, because then we have to get to your other segment of Song of the Week, which our fans skip.
All right, let me pick a good one here. Because I'm just scrolling through some of the ones you've seen.
Yeah. Some of the ones I've used.
One of them's here. Does Tom like fans? Yeah, I do. I do like my fans. I like our fans. I love our fans and my fans. So I do. I feel like I'm generally pretty
engaging.
Yeah, I think I'm generally pretty engaged with the fans, and I'm like I said, I really enjoy engaging with them. So I think I like to think I do a good job. I don't know, maybe fans have a different experience, but I like to think I do a good job. So I hope that the feedback will be similar. Here's a couple others. What town hall are you in Clash of Clans? I don't play, so what stands to that? And what's another one here? What's the hardest position to play in the AFL? Really like this one. I reckon it's key forward. If I'm being dead serious, it's the most important. I also reckon it's the hardest.
Why?
Well, it's just a really hard position. Like the running patterns can be difficult. Some of the decisions you got to make are hard, and it's also, you're often against a really diligent and tough defender. You're playing 1-on-1 all day. Often 2v1, you end up fighting because of the way that back lines work, and it's really hard to play well there. It's hard to be consistent and play well. So to all the key forwards in the game, particularly the best, it's
Stop reading other questions while you're answering.
Yeah, it's a very difficult position to go.
All right, last question.
Yep. From Emma. Should I dye my hair brunette?
Yes.
You think yes?
Yeah, I think she'd look terrible.
Well,
that's my sister, by the way. I'm
not
just
that's what I was
going
to say. Yeah. That's Emma Gaynor. Should I dye my hair brunette? Well, it sounds like she wants to.
It sounds like she's just looking for approval.
Yeah,
but it sounds like she's looking for my approval, Tom.
She's looking for mine.
Well, I don't think she'd just text me, wouldn't she?
Yeah, Emma, I think it sounds like you want to, and I think that you should do whatever you want to do. And
that's a terrible.
She's off. Why not?
Just say yes. Do it.
No, I'm saying yes. That is my answer. But I'm saying what she should do is not look for my approval. If she wants to dye her hair brunette, she should do it.
Well, that's a great little segment. I actually thoroughly enjoy answering those questions. So send them through again next week if we have time. There was a couple of those, Tom. Don't show me that. All right, so we're going to move on to Cameron Bernasconi, our very important guest. Just a reminder, you're on the Giants account, buddy. You be careful.
I can still reply.
So we're going to move on to Cameron Bernasconi. I'm very interested to see how this goes. We're going to name our Academy Team of the Decade. You ready?
Yep.
A very special guest, as we have mentioned, in the green room. And what my favourite thing about this man is he is a fellow Canberra product, which is now 3 of us.
Yeah, it's sort of what we needed in this podcast. I think you can't have too many Canberra people, can you?
No, well, they're just genuine people and very nice people. So Cameron Bernasconi, welcome to In the Green Room.
It's a pleasure. A couple of fellow Canberra legends.
How good.
Now, I'm not going to take credit for this idea because this is your idea, Cam.
It was.
Was it a ploy to get yourself on the podcast? Is that right?
Well, I thought it'd be a gig sooner rather than later.
Yeah. You know what? And it probably has 12 episodes in or something. It's probably been a little bit overdue.
Has it been 12?
I think this is well, Jacob
You
seems.
just told
I
us
think
you
it is at
listened.
12. Yeah.
The last 2.
No, but it is a great idea. So what Bern has put together here is essentially our academy team of the decade. So we all know that the club's now 14 years old, and some of our academy products they speak for themselves. Josh Fay, Harry Rowson, and the likes. So what we're going to do is we're going to work together, and we're going to go through the team and name the team. So we've got a list here, and it's an impressive list. So this could actually be harder than we think.
Yep.
So do you want to start with? We'll start with the back line.
Yep.
Bernie, you've already done some research and you've crunched some numbers.
Full back line?
Yeah, fullback. So let's start with fullback, and I'm going to write it down, and then we're going to post a graphic, and then people can have their opinions.
Okay.
Thoughts?
And we can just build it together.
We're going to build it together.
Alrighty.
Back line.
Back pocket, Harry Cunningham.
Was he Giants
Yep.
Academy product?
First year.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
And we didn't take him.
Oh, there you go. How many games did he end up playing? 150, 200?
He's played 150, I reckon.
Oh.
He'd be around there. He's still at the Swans, yeah.
Yeah, so probably missed on that one.
Caruso.
Yeah, there'll be Dougal Howard,
Great one.
Yep.
fullback.
Yep.
Fullback. And the last one, back pocket, the great Tom Highmore.
Wow.
Yeah, I like that. Obviously.
He might be the only player in this team that listens to the podcast.
Yeah.
So congratulations, Tom.
Yeah, I like that. Pretty, very solid start.
Yep.
Half back line, Harry Perryman.
Yep.
Can't go wrong.
Has to be.
Centre half back, Harry Himmelberg.
Yep. Yep, definitely.
And the other half back, Zach Williams.
Jeez, it's
That's a
dynamic.
strong back line,
It's a
isn't it?
dynamic half back
That's
line.
almost an AFL back line, really.
It's an all-Australian half back line.
Yeah, it's very, very good. Wow, it's a good start.
Have we missed anyone?
Well, so what I've got in front of me as well is a list of, I've put them in their position. So these are the defenders, and obviously a few of them are versatile, so they can move around.
Yep.
We had Josh Fay,
Yep.
Himmelberg we've named, Dougal Howard we've named, Zach Williams we've named, Tom Highmore we've named, Harry Perryman we've named. We also have Isaac Cumming, who, again, versatile, so maybe he comes in on the wing later. Nick Murray from the Adelaide Crows, currently out injured, I believe.
Yeah,
but
he's done his knee.
fantastic player, had a great start to his career. And then Logan Austin, former Saint and Port Adelaide player as well.
Yep.
Another Canberra product there, so you can't go wrong. He probably makes his way into the interchange.
You would think.
As a Canberran.
But now we'll
I
go...
like that. Into the mids.
No, we're going to end with the mids. Let's start forwards.
I like it.
Sure.
Thanks, Tom.
Half forward line, Matt Kennedy,
Yep.
Colin Gully boy,
Yeah.
Former
Like
Giant.
that.
former Giant, Jezza Finlayson, centre forward,
Yep.
and
Very
then Peatling, half forward. I know JP can play everywhere.
Yeah.
But
And crafty. Crafty
Yeah.
forward,
Yeah.
though. Got speed.
yeah, Pennant Hills boy
Yeah,
from
like
the
that.
West.
Yep.
Full forward line. This kid was the most dominant junior I reckon I saw. Was Charlie Spargo.
Yeah, wow. He
So
was
where's
good,
he?
At
wasn't
like 16.
Forward
Forward
pocket.
pocket, yeah.
He was a star for the Rams.
Premiership
Yeah.
player, AFL Premiership player.
Yep.
Yeah, he is.
Todd Marshall, full forward.
Yeah.
Wow, that is a great one who is not on my list.
Wasn't he?
Wow, that is a big miss for me.
And then Mickey Gibbons in a forward pocket.
Yeah, there you go.
He
Yeah,
was-
I
he was
like
Giants
that.
Academy.
That's a genuine streets won't forget.
Yeah.
Like he is a genuine star.
Yeah, I like that. That's very good. That is a very good forward line too.
I'm going to throw this out once we post it on socials. I'm going to throw this out to the Gold Coast Suns.
See
Say
if they've
beat
got an
this.
academy team beat it.
Beat this.
They
No.
won't.
Their current side's
I don't-
pretty full of academy players, but they don't beat this side.
I don't think they will beat this side.
Let's go to our wingers.
And Sandman.
On the wing, Cheese.
Yep. Isaac Cumming for those.
You could,
Love
put him,
that.
yeah, you could put him anywhere, really.
Yeah.
He's in the starting 18, though.
Yeah, definitely.
On the other wing, Will Setterfield.
Yep.
Pick 3.
Yeah, like that.
And then in the guts, Briggsy's taking out the ruck.
Yeah. Has to, yeah.
Yeah, the big fella.
Big brigger.
And then we've got Jack Steele, obviously.
Steely.
Well, he's probably your captain.
Yeah, probably. We can finish on that. Jacob Hopper.
Hops.
Wow, it's strong.
Seriously strong.
And then Harry Rouston.
Rousto finishes us off. Like that. It's dynamic and it's strong.
Anything to add to that midfield, Tom?
No, well, it's a tough side to break into. It's a very tough side to break into.
Yeah, we just couldn't fit in there.
That's all right. I'll be the injection off the bench.
Oh, well
yeah.
that's,
Wait,
This is awkward.
am I going to?
yeah. We'll add you later. Well, let's get to the interchange. So here are the names that we so far do not have. Got all of those. Nick Madden, Josh Fay, Nick Murray, Logan Austin, Elliot Himmelberg, Jacob Kazitsky, Cooper Sharman, very versatile, Harvey Thomas,
Yeah.
probably makes his way in.
Has had a very good start.
And there's a couple of honourable mentions that could make their way as well. Patrick
Green.
Ross. Tom Green's a name. Nearly forgot that one. Jared Brander is another one.
Yep, Brands.
So we've got 4 spots. Well, we can name a sub.
We can.
So we'll put Tom down for...
We can do it.
I can be the injection
Nothing
in the
like a
second
bit of
half
a-
if you like.
Yeah, great. A slow inside mid.
I like it. He can be the sub.
Oh, done.
I'll be a utility though. I'll go wherever I'm needed.
Josh Green sub, and then...
Defending's not your strong point, but okay.
That's what the utility is as an injection for. I'm not there to defend. I'm there to.
So from those names, who are we naming on the interchange? In all seriousness, are we putting Tom? Where are we putting Tom?
Well, I mean, I'm happy. I don't need we can leave me out. We can pick a team without me.
No, we're trying to win here, Tom.
Yeah, the sub.
Yeah, sub.
You can sub me
We'll
on.
settle.
So we've got who? Mars, Cooper Sharman.
Sharman, Thomas, Kazitsky, Elliot Himmelberg, Brander, Voss, Madden.
I think Harvey Thomas has to be on there.
Yep.
Fazy, I mean, disappointing obviously with his injury on the weekend, and we wish a speedy recovery to him, but I think Fazy should be on the bench as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
A dynamic user.
Canberra boy.
Exactly.
So Thomas, Fay. Then you've got, I think Cooper Sharman.
I was going to say, I'm liking Sharman.
He's very versatile too.
Yep. Cooper Sharman.
And who's the
one
last
more.
one?
This is the last spot in the
Who's playing?
GWS Giants Academy Team of the Decade.
Himmelberg
Official
or Murray?
Team of the Decade. What did you say? Murray,
Or Austin. Have we got Logan Austin?
Logan Austin, Murray, Himmelberg.
I'm going to pick, personally, on my vote, would go to Nick Murray. He was playing very good football before he did his knee.
Mm-hmm.
Good guy.
Great guy.
My call's going to be Nick Murray.
And
but
we
that's
all
up to
know
you
that
guys.
great guy. That counts a lot for this team, which is why Tom's our sub.
Yeah, exactly. It's what's cost me.
It's toxic for the team.
My vote goes to Mars. What about you guys?
Yeah. Muzz.
Well, 2v1, Jacob, we don't care anymore.
Well, I'm just looking at the team.
I think it's well balanced though as well.
It is. I think it's really
Yeah,
close.
lots
I
of
think it's really-
Riverina, Canberra,
I think
Western
it's-
Sydney.
I think it's close between Murray and Himmelberg.
Broken
Himmelberg's
Hill.
Another
playing
name we
well.
actually haven't talked about was Nick Shipley,
Nick Shipley's a great shout.
Oh, yeah.
but
That midfield's pretty solid. I mean, you're the sub.
yeah, I'm pretty happy with the team we've got.
All right, so we're going Murray, last spot.
Yep. I can't wait to see the graphic of this because it looks impressive. So we've got, reading out from the back line, we've got Highmore, Howard and Harry Cunningham into Zach Williams, Harry Himmelberg and Harry Perriman. It's a solid back six. It was a really solid back six to start. And then through the middle, we've got Setterfield. I'm going to say Rouston's the centreman and then Isaac Cumming on the other wing.
Yep.
We've then got James Peatling, Jeremy Finlayson, the big sing, and Matthew Kennedy across the half forward line into Mick Gibbons, Todd Marshall, Charlie Spargo in the full forward line. Our followers, Briggs, Steele and Hopper. And off the bench, we've got Harvey Thomas, Josh Fay, Cooper Sharman, Nick Murray, and the injection, the utility, Tom Green.
That's a great side.
It's a seriously good team.
Who's coach?
Who is coach, actually?
Well,
Sounds
let's start with our captain, vice captain, and then our coach.
Captain Steele.
Yep.
Vice captain.
Do you go Dougal Howard? He's the Saints vice captain, isn't he?
Pez is in our leadership group. Let's give it to Pez.
Yeah, let's give it to
I'd vote Perryman.
All right, now we spoke beforehand, Berner. There's been 4 academy coaches during our time.
Yep.
Can you name them?
McVeigh, Saddington, Kennelly, Bernasconi.
Wow. Names.
Mm.
What are we thinking?
Well,
Where do you think you rank with those 4?
I'll be 1.
Yeah. I actually think you'd.
Well, the argument is,
you know the majority of the group.
who's got the most drafted? Saddington.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think
Saddington
Sado
did
was
the
my
longest.
head coach, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, he was.
McVeigh's head coached an AFL team.
Yep, that's true.
Kennelly's been senior assistant of an AFL team.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, though, this is about the academy and what you've done for the academy. And I think one thing that works in Berner's favour is that he brought a great culture in. We talk about the culture he brought in and the success that those groups had through, I suppose, like being just the tightest knit groups, academy groups, I think, that have come in. So I'm happy to give my vote to Berner, which is pretty. I think Sado. I mean, who knows if Sado even listens, but
He doesn't.
he'll
think
he'll feel
Tiger
pretty stiff
listens
because Sado
and
was very
Mark
kind to
McVeigh
me. So
Yeah.
I'm happy with.
My favourite thing from this little segment is that Berner's named you as his sub, and you've just come in and named him.
I'm happy to make him feel bad.
I'm going to bring him on in the first minute.
Yeah. Who goes off?
Faye.
Well, Berner, that's going to create some waves this week, this team. And I'm actually
like
really
this
excited
team.
to share it.
We'll get you
good
back
team.
soon, by the way, though, Berner. So we don't have much time today, but we'll get you back for a proper interview at some point. So I
We've
like.
got AFLW preseason in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a season preview.
Yeah, no, we definitely should
Like
because I like that we've done this, but we'll get you on properly and have a proper interview, and we can let Giants fans hear about your journey, our shared journey, our three, I suppose, 3 of us, our shared sort of journey up through
It's
the
3
ranks.
kids. Well, you know that ends up on the back page of the Canberra Times, doesn't it? We'll get a photo.
We should.
So we'll get you back, but thank you very much for that.
Beautiful. See you guys soon.
Sounds good.
Special thank you to Cameron for featuring for the first time on In the Green Room. Of course, another fellow Canberra product. And I must say, on paper, that's a great side.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to beat.
I don't think any other academy beats it. I'm going to put that out there.
No, I wouldn't have thought.
There's your headline.
Mm.
Now we're going to get to Song of the Week.
Yes.
And then we've got the poem.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. What's yours, Jacob?
My Song of the Week is... what did you do last week? Did you do a song and an album? Can I do a song from an album and whilst promoting the album?
Yeah, of course. Mine was separate, but sure.
Okay.
I've got more depth than you, but anyway, yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Mine is Stardust by Zayn Malik. I'm not going to lie. Tom, I was a big One Direction fan. Haven't really been a fan of his solo stuff, but this album's really good.
Yeah, nice.
Bit of a different sound. It's been a while since he's released anything.
Right.
Stardust is just a nice, catchy song. It's a nice driving song, which we're big here on In the Green Room. If you're not listening to the podcast, you're obviously listening to one of our song recommendations.
Exactly.
So Stardust from Zayn Malik is mine. What's yours, Tom?
Well, as we said, in general, my sort of favourite genre to listen to is rap. So a lot of mine will be in that sort of vein. But I've got Francois by Boldy James and The Alchemist. They had a collab album called Super Tecmo Bow, I believe it's called. Yep, released in 2021. And it's just cool. The Alchemist is obviously, well, actually that's not true. It might not be obvious, which quick shout out to my uncle Chris, who is an avid listener actually of the podcast and always gives me feedback on it. Gets really annoyed when we say obviously and something isn't
Obvious?
Yeah, obvious. So I won't say that it's obvious, Chris, you clown. But The Alchemist is a rap producer or a producer, music producer, generally rap, and he makes a lot of cool beats. And this collab album with Boldy James, who's a member of Griselda record label. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that, sort of West Side Gun and Benny the Butcher and also Boldy James. And so, yeah, Francois, it's the final song on the album. It's cool. I really like it a lot. It's a great beat. The whole album, actually, I really like. I genuinely enjoy every single song. It's only 9 songs. Pretty short album, but it's cool. And the last song, Francois, is my favourite.
Nice. All right, you ready for the poem?
Yeah, let's get into it, buddy.
Now, for our avid listeners, you would know that getting above a 6 is apparently impossible. when it comes to Tom ranking my poems.
You act like you're hard done by. You've gotten plenty of over 6s.
I think I've gotten 8 once and maybe a 9.
I think we started with a 7 or 7.5. You've gotten
But that's not good enough for
8s
me.
and 9s
I've got
already.
high standards.
Yeah, well, you don't. What you bring every week, you don't say it.
What's
you don't deliver
what's
it
your
correctly.
feedback every week? What's the one thing you always say?
I want you to go harder.
And this week, I think I've tried to get there. I think I've gone there with.
Well, I'll be the judge of that then, won't I?
Obviously limited into what I can say because I'd love to be brutally honest.
Do it. You think
I
I'm going to
can't.
care?
No, but the club will,
Yeah.
and I don't want to ruin your reputation.
Ruin it.
No, I won't.
It's already in the mud.
Well, it will be after this episode. You ready, Tom?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Tom, it's been a pleasure, but you've had your turn to speak. Now it's my turn. Let's recap the week.
Standard.
Last week you gave me 5. You said I was soft. Well, strap yourself in, Tom. I'm about to go off. I could go harder at you. With that, I'd agree. I copped the loss last week, but you've copped 3. 3 losses in a row. Our premiership push has come to a halt. I mean this from the bottom of my heart when I say it's all your fault. You say you want to be the best, or so you proclaim. How about you start by simply winning a game? 3 consecutive losses. It's hard for me to be funny. Get back to winning so I can start earning my money. At least after a loss in Sydney, you've got some company at home. I'm just kidding, Tom. You're single and all alone. Sorry that was mean. Please don't cry. You might be single. But so am I.
I thought you were going to say until you die.
See, that's the line. You started the year hot. The Brownlow race was tight. Now you might not even get an invite. You'll probably still go. And do you know what will be great? You're so single. You'll be taking me as your date.
I'm going to address that at the end.
But on to this week, and we've got the Cats. How about you play for the team and not for your own stats?
Oh.
We'll head to the Cattery and run through the banner. It'll probably have a dig at our mates Jezza or Tanner. If we lose the game, well, I could be done. Losing for me is simply not fun. I want to be working for a side that sits at least 4th. If I wanted to be losing, I'd go work for North. So good luck this weekend, Tom. I hope I didn't get under your skin, so do us all a favour. And this week, please win.
Well done, Jacob. Yeah, good. I liked it. It was hard. Sorry, it wasn't that hard. Let's be real. Because at the end of the day, I don't really value that much what you say. So it's sort of like water off a duck's back. But no, it was good. You went nice and hard. Again, I thought you might say I was going to be single until I die, and I thought that'd be.
Is that too far?
No. I thought I would have found that very funny.
Okay, well, I can go through it again.
No, you get an 8.5 for that one. I liked it.
Oh,
come on, an 8.5.
that's
Seriously,
pretty high. I want to crack the 9s.
You've already cracked 9 before. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I haven't. I reckon that's my best one.
It's pretty cool. That was good.
Okay. I thought the Brownlow thing was good.
Yeah, well, I was going to say about that as well, about the date, actually, and this is to, it's actually also funny how you brought up the fact that I'm single. That was one of the questions we were laughing about. But so ever since I was a little boy, literally 4 years old, Mum...
Yeah, I know where this is going.
Yeah, Mum said if you ever go to the obviously she has no idea whether I'm going to be a footballer at 4 years old, but she says, if you ever go to the Brownlow, I don't care if you have a girlfriend or wife, whatever, the first one I'm coming to. And so I told her I would, and I stand by, which, by the way, I haven't been to the Brownlow yet, which is a topic in and of itself, but no, so hopefully, hopefully one day I will go to the Brownlow. Hopefully it's this year. And to any prospective dates like yourself or anybody else out there who thinks there might be a chance of getting an invite, unfortunately, the first one's taken up by Mum. I've stood by that, and she will be my date to my first Brownlow. If that comes, whenever that comes.
I don't think you'll have any complaints.
Yeah, well, I've sort of, that's sort of a thing where
It's really nice.
start getting serious with a girl, you sort of go, hey, by the way,
I have to take Mum.
yeah, if this ever happens, you got to deal with it.
Yeah.
And I think it's a pretty good indicator on her character. If she's,
If she's upset,
not happy with that, you go, whoa.
she's not the one.
Not at all.
Okay. I'm glad it took us the whole episode, but we could agree.
Yeah, but first Brownlow Mum will be there.
Oh, that's a really wholesome finish. I like it. Shout out to Mel. She's an avid listener too.
She is. She'll be listening. I assume she'll be listening probably in the gym
Yeah. Okay.
on the morning. Like she normally listens in the morning while she's running or at the
Wednesday
gym.
mornings?
Is that
It
Does
comes
it
out
come out?
Tuesday nights.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, she does listen.
Except for
Wednesday
probably
mornings.
next week because you're busy, apparently.
Big opportunities.
Okay. Well, Tom, thank you. Did appreciate that. All the best of luck in Geelong. I'll
Thanks,
be there
mate.
with you, obviously. But
I feel like you're gonna be here just chilling.
yeah, I wish. Well, mate, it's easy to post a full-time graphic when you lose. FT. No, but best of luck in Geelong. I'm excited. Hopefully we can turn things around, have some fun. Yeah, we'll see you next week, I guess. Maybe, potentially. I don't know.
Yeah,
Doesn't
who
sound like
knows,
you're really
but-
invested anymore. So
We'll sort it out, mate.
we might
Don't
find a new
worry.
You know what? Comment below.
I
Who do
keep-
you want to see host in the green room with Jacob next week? Because we might replace you for a week.
Yeah, the problem is I provide more than you, so I think
You
I'm
don't,
not going
though.
to be the one who stays on and you can get the
You
flick.
don't provide much.
Anyway, thank you very much to our listeners. We'll potentially see you next week, and make sure you tune in on all major streaming platforms, and let all your friends know. Send it to your friends. So see you next week.